A day like any other in the attic of the Griffins family, Mary was playing hide and seek. She was hiding inside a chest, waiting to be found. Suddenly, she noticed she was sitting on a book, and she went out of the chest to read it. By the time she opened the book, she could feel a particular connection with it. Then she realized it was a personal diary from her great grandfather Matthew, namely about his vital experience of living in India. So Mary started to enter her great grandfather's world by reading it.
5th of October 1861. I'm very confused and sad. I don't understand why we have had to leave London to come here, to this place where I don't know anybody. My dad said that it's because he has to work here, as India is part of England now. I don't get how these two countries that are so far away can be the same. It has no sense for me. My mom has told me that here we won't miss anything because we will be living all together in our new house, which is much better and bigger than the one in England. But I don't want a bigger house. I just want to be in London with my friends.
6th of October 1861. This morning I have started to walk awkwardly through the streets of the city, trying to find a way to school. Then, when I was walking, I bumped into a street local market. It was crowded and everybody was talking really loud. I was completely immersed in the atmosphere that surrounded me. The food, the fruits, people cooking in the streets, the colors, everything was so different. It was really difficult to walk along the streets because people were crossing from one side to another. Tuk-tuks, motorbikes, and also animals find their place in the roads. As I was feeling a bit stressed, I started to run very fast, and I got to a narrow and remote alley. Suddenly, I heard some kind of canticle, and I decided to go towards that place. I found an enormous group of Indian people. They were praying following the instruction of an old and bearded man. When it finished, I felt that I needed to know more about it. But suddenly the old man came to me. His name was Yasin, and he explained to me that the most popular religion in India is Hinduism, and that they have a lot of gods. But we also have a god in England. So, how many gods are there? Does everybody believe in the same? Anyway, I kept listening.
7th of October 1861. Today I decided that I should go to school. I'm sure that it's going to be easy to get used to it because everybody is like me, white and British. I explained to the teacher, Claire, what had happened to me those days. She told me about the importance of learning the culture and the particularities of my new home country. I started wondering why she had left England. Would it be because of her job like my dad? When the school day finished, I decided to follow her. She stopped in a square and immediately lots of kids started sitting around her. She's also a teacher outside the school. All the children seemed really happy and enjoying. They didn't have tables and chairs, not even books. Then our eyes met and we both smiled.
8th of October 1861. Today, on the way back home from school, I've gone through a path into the forest. While I was walking, I could hear the sound of the water and the whispering of people. I followed the sound, and what a surprise! I saw a river full of people. Men, women, and children were having a great time in that place, but men and women were in different sides of the river. I was amazed by the women's colorful clothing. Some of them were also wearing a red dot on their faces. What would that mean? The thing that amazed me the most was an Indian girl the same age as me. She had the most impressive eyes I have ever seen, and something that electrified me every time I look into her eyes. We started to talk, and I realized that I like Abha more and more. She promised to continue showing me the most amazing places in the city, and of course, I couldn't say no.
Mary started turning pages really fast. because she was really excited about how the story was going to end. In the last page of the diary, she found an old picture. It was the wedding between her great-grandfather and the girl from the river, her great-grandmother. She didn't know anything about that until that moment. She felt very lucky for having found the diary, and she realized that the world, in the end, is very small and hasn't got any boundaries.